Good morning. Today is Tuesday, September 3rd, and my name is Justine, and this is Never Not Knitting RI. It's been a long time since I've made a video. If you have never seen one of my videos before, thanks for finding me, thanks for watching. And if you are coming back to see more things, thank you so much. It's been a very busy summer, filled with a lot of travel, a lot of kid things, and I'm now back to a normal routine. My kids are back in school, I'm back at work, and yeah, so if you don't know, I am a stay-at-home mom, sort of. I used to be a teacher. I taught music for 15 years in a town in Massachusetts, and I retired from that when I had my daughter Charlotte 4 years ago. And I've now been working at a local yarn store, Skein Yarn Shop, for the past, well, since it opened. I work there with my friend Lori, and we have a podcast called The Skein Scoop. But today I thought I would share with you a little bit of my day. Lori's on vacation, so we haven't been able to podcast our normal podcast, and it's been kind of a while. So I thought I would share with you what I'm working on. I have to get into work in a little while. I have to leave here. I spent the morning doing the mom things, getting the kids to school, bus stop, lunches, all of that. And then came home, got ready for work, and I had a little bit of time. So I sat down to work on a project that I pulled out from hibernation. So let me share it with you. This is sweater number 23 by My Favorite Things. I'm using Red Stag fiber in their Aran base in the color, I'll put it on the screen because I can't remember. So I have had this, I started it almost a year ago, and I flew through, separated for sleeves, and then put it away. It's just one that I really, really want to finish. I'm excited about it. So I've been working on it quite a bit, especially when I'm reading. So I'm reading some books. Let's see, I just finished last night A Court of Thorns and Roses, and now I'm on to the second book in that series. But I don't know what it's called because it just went right on to my Kindle. So I will write that at the bottom of the screen too. So I've been knitting and trying to read at the same time, which I love to do because I get so distracted by other things. If I try to knit while I'm watching TV, which I obviously do, sometimes I get distracted and pull out my phone, and the next thing I know, I haven't knit at all. So I'm really enjoying the reading and knitting thing. So here's my sweater. It has a really interesting construction. I think you start on the back and you knit the back panel, and then you do some picking up and working the front, and then working the other side, and then connecting. And it said you were supposed to knit for like, I want to say 17 inches from the front. And I was at about 15 inches from the front. And I want to make sure it's the right length. I really want it to be right. So I decided to put the whole body on hold. So I put it on a barber cord. I'm really happy with the ease of the sweater. It's very loose and sweatshirt-like, and this yarn is so soft. And then I picked up for my sleeve, it has some really cool, which I've never done before, shoulder shaping so that the sleeve doesn't stick straight out, it goes down. So there's some shoulder shaping on the top, and then I have to knit until this is maybe 13 inches, and then I'm gonna switch to a smaller needle and do 4 inches of ribbing. So I'm just working on this. Like this morning I was down here, so I did about 1.5 inches while I was reading this morning, so that was pretty good. I have been working on a lot of things, a lot of different patterns. I finished a lot of things in the past 2 weeks, such as I finished my Cinnabar shawl, I finished my pressed flowers cardigan, I finished my daughter's socks that she promptly told me that she didn't like, and I gave to my neighbor. So yeah, I've been really into finishing things. So I'm really hoping to get a lot of progress done on this and finish this up soon. It's been really, really fun. And so yeah, I'm gonna go into work today. Maybe I'll take some footage of the shop while I'm at work. I'm not sure what we have to expect today. Tuesdays tend to be pretty busy, so I'm sure it'll be pretty busy. We don't have any sports tonight. It's the only night of our week where we don't have sports, so I am probably gonna take Charlotte to the grocery store and figure out what we're gonna have for dinner. And that's pretty much it. I have a boring day, but maybe you'll be able to chat a little bit more about some knitting as the day goes on. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. It's been an eventful morning at the shop. Smells really bad. They're doing some kind of tar work on the roof. No notice, didn't know anything about it, and heard some banging, which scared us. So I had to go upstairs to find like 10 people out on the roof just like banging around. So that was annoying. Had the door open to try to let the smell out. It smells like gas, almost spray paint, gross. And a bird flew in. So we had a bird visitor, and it stinks. So I just can't win. I'm off to the bank to get some money. Hi. It is a stunning day today in Rhode Island. It is 72 degrees and sunny, blue sky. It is so pretty out. I am at the bus stop. I'm a little bit early. Left work and got to the bus stop. Let's see if I can prop this up for a second. Got to the bus stop, and then I have a little bit of sample knitting that I'm going to work on. So I don't know if you're familiar with these doodle decks from Pacific Knit Co. It's Jamie Lomax, and she has created this ingenious way of creating color work items using these little cards. And we've had the cards for a while in the shop, and she came out with these new little brochures. So these are the brochures. This is the one to make the beanie hat. So it's a six size hat, and it tells you all the directions on making this particular hat and picking your own little motifs. So the Rhinebeck one is super cute. And I think I'm gonna use the sheep and the sweater and the little yarn skein at the top. And I'm gonna see how that works out. So I'm gonna do that to start, and I got some yarn to work it on. So I'm gonna cast that on here while I am sitting in the bus stop, at the bus stop. Show me them.
Can I have gummy bears, please?
You can have one. Don't spill it.
Can I have two?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, pink. Can I have three actually?
No, 2. Hold it up and show it to me. Ooh. Hi. Okay, so it's the next day. It is Wednesday, the 4th of September. It is just about 12:45. Yesterday was a busy day, and today is Wednesdays are slower for me. The shop is closed until 3 on Wednesdays, so I don't work on Wednesdays. So, you know, I got some errands and things done. I got my nails fixed because they were bad. I had a doctor's appointment, you know, got the things that needed to get done around the house, and now I'm just sitting down to do a little knitting, and I thought I would show with you a couple things. First of all, my sweater. So I never knit anymore on it from yesterday. But I wanted to show you, I have some thoughts. So I was working on this over the weekend and I didn't have a 16-inch needle handy. So I was doing it magic loop, and I feel like, well, I found a needle at home and I believe it should be no problem to get it done on a 16-inch circular. My concern is, if you look at the pattern, and I can put a picture in here, the sleeve doesn't taper at all and has about 4 inches of ribbing at the bottom on a smaller needle. So the body is on, I'm knitting on an 8, so I'll do the ribbing on a 6. And they don't have you do any decreasing. They just have you switch to a 6 and do the ribbing. And it leaves this like open sleeve, which I don't dislike, but I just don't know if I'm gonna like it or not. So I was thinking that maybe I could just do a little decreasing. I think there's 68 stitches on my needles. So I think if I like get it down to like 58, like if I cut out 10 and then do the ribbing, maybe it'll just pull it in a little so that it's not like hanging around my wrist. So I don't know what anybody thinks about that. I don't want to do like a rapid decrease and cut it in half. I don't want a balloon sleeve, but I just don't want it to be open. So if anybody's ever knit this before, let me know. So I got kind of stuck on that. One of my, I guess, if I had to make a list of like my least favorite things to make, I would probably say scarves are number 1. I don't really enjoy making baby blankets. And third would probably be hats. I don't like making hats, so I'm not really sure why I decided to make a hat for the shop, but I thought the people would like it. So these are our the Doodle Deck brochures that we got, and I picked to do a hat, and I'm using the Rhinebeck doodles. And I think, let's see, I'm gonna use, I don't know if I said this yesterday or not, I'm doing the little sheep, I'm gonna do the hank of yarn, and I think I'm either gonna do the sweater or the socks. I haven't quite decided. I cast on last night, as you know, and I knit way too late. And this is where we're at so far. So I'm through the sheep's little body, and I think it looks really cute. I don't know if that's really clear. Can you see that really well? Yeah, there we go. So it's adorable. I'm gonna do the next section. The fun part is just creating it in your head and like seeing what you think it's gonna, how the colors are gonna play off each other. So my next section is gonna be the little hank of yarn, and I'm gonna do the background in the gray, the dark gray, and I'm going to make the yarn ball in the light gray. And then when I do the socks or the sweater, depending on which one I do, I am going to make the background the light gray and the knitted object, the sock or the sweater, in the pink. And then I have to measure it, and then I potentially could be done and doing some decreases and being done with the hat. So I don't love making hats. It's not one of my favorite things, but this is very, very fun. Knitting these are very fun. I could see I think I probably would enjoy knitting a cowl a little more. But I have too many other things I want to finish. This was just something that needed to get done, so I'm doing it. I thought I would show you two other cast-ons or two other knitting things. One is a fresh bind off. I finally finished my Cinnabar shawl. The Cinnabar shawl is a huge undertaking. It is a half brioche, half garter shawl by Andrea Mowry. I used Barocco Renew as my main color, and my color changing contrast color, it was hand spun by my friend Gail, and it's huge. Let me stand up, back up over here. I don't even quite know how to wear it except as like a blanket. It's that big. What? Knitting this was a complete joy. I loved this project. I would make it again in a heartbeat. I don't think it needed to be this big. I think I could have stopped, but I didn't know because it was all crunched up on my needle. It is huge. Really, it's like a lap blanket. It's so big, but I'm very happy with it. I can see myself throwing it on. I don't like jackets, so I could see myself throwing it on to go run around to pick up kids from sport things and be cozy in the car. We're about to go crazy with sports. It's gonna be insane. So I have to throw together a soup for dinner, and I think I'll probably make that in a little while. So maybe I'll show you that recipe. It's a tortellini chicken soup. Anyway, here it is. Here's my Cinnabar. I'll show it again on the Skein Scoop podcast when we podcast next. And then the other little cast on that I started and I'm super excited about is a sock that I'm making with some new yarn that we got into the shop. It is Hedgehog Fibers sock yarn in the color Sun Shower. And I'm using it on my cute little twice sheared sheep yarn butler. I don't know if they call it a yarn butler, but that's what I call it. And it is it's caught under here because I've been having it in my car, but it is a thing that you can put out and then it rolls around. Of course, it's not going to do it right because I'm holding it like an idiot. There we go. So I'm using this and I'm absolutely loving it. I am knitting a little twin sock with my yarn bestie, Laura Ross. And actually she's my fairy yarn mother. And I'm knitting a shorty version of the Hermione Everyday sock. So it is, well, the color is so gorgeous. Let me show you on this stockinette side on the bottom of the foot. I'm through the gusset decreases. I just did a heel flap. I think I knit 10 rows of knit 2 purl 2 for the cuff, and then I did 8 rows of the pattern before I started the heel flap, and now I'm just cruising along. I just cast these on and I think they're so cute. I love shorty socks, and I love to wear shorty socks. I think they might be of my favorites, and I never make them for myself. So I'm really excited about that. Plus the leftovers of this are going to be so good for all my scrappy blankets, which I've also been working on a bit. I've been knitting a lot on my DK Jelly Roll blanket, and I've been knitting on my Le Pouf. I'm knitting on a lot of things. I finished my pressed flowers cardigan and I absolutely love it. it's a really beautiful. It's really beautiful. A lot of people have been coming in with a couple questions regarding the decreases on the front, but once you, I think it's a pattern that once you get what she's doing, it really is very intuitive, and I love it. So that's where I am today. I'm gonna take you along to make some soup. Ben's got baseball this afternoon, so I've got to go make sure I have all of his baseball stuff ready, and I'm gonna eat some lunch and kind of relax a few minutes before chaos ensues. So I hope everybody has a great day. And if this is the last time I talk to you, thanks for watching. And I will hopefully be back to a little bit of a normal routine with this in preparation for, Advent. I mean, I'm not rushing through the fall to get to winter, but I did really enjoy Vlogmas, so I will absolutely be doing that again. Anyway, take care. Have a great day. Bye.